life right now like the Matrix? Do you feel like everything has a slight fake element to it and the meaning of life is kind of pointless? You know? Do you feel that way a little bit? I do sometimes. And it feels like you're stuck in a dream, like Groundhog Day or The Matrix. You're stuck in a dream. Yeah. Well, the thing is, this reality is really, philosophers for thousands of years have said that this life is more like a dream than it is reality. And in the Matrix, this is a dream. Your life is kind of like a dream. That's why when you can experience different states of consciousness, higher states of consciousness, and then when you go into lower states of consciousness, you feel like you're stuck in a dream again, It's like Plato's cave allegory. There's a bunch of people watching a screen, but if you leave the cave and you see the beauty outside of the cave, and you're like, whoa. And then you look back in the cave and you see how people are kind of stuck there. They're stuck in a dream state. When you go back in, you can't fully plug back in. You can try, and you can, but there will always be an element of this isn't real once you've left the cave. So when it comes to like spiritual evolution, if you have experienced the Zen state, getting out of the mind and being in the present moment, if you experience that enough for long and longer duration of time and deeper amounts of being in the moment, it can kind of backfire, because if you go back into the cave, everyone's really, really, really into whatever they're doing or whatever they're thinking. You will lose an element of how important all that stuff is. Like nothing is that important anymore. And so, yeah, if you leave the cave through meditation or getting really into nature or whatever, if you leave that cave enough, it can kind of backfire, right? It can make the whole world seem kind of pointless. Everything seems kind of pointless. And the issue with that is you're kind of stuck in the gray zone halfway. And you don't want to be stuck in the gray zone halfway. I mean, Jesus said, be ye either hot or cold. If you're lukewarm, I'll spit you out of my mouth. And that's, I think, maybe what he was saying. I don't know, but I think so. And that is, you got to be fully spiritual, like really, really going for it. Tons of meditation and such. Or you got to be fully in the world. If you're kind of in between, you can feel like your two worlds are pulling you in different directions, Anyway, that's the Matrix. And if you haven't experienced leaving the mind stream that much or at all, get into meditation. There's so many different types. I wouldn't recommend Buddhist meditation necessarily. Some people, it's good, they like it, but I would do breathing meditation. There's a bunch of different names for it. Nadi Shuddhi, I think. And it's when you breathe in, you plug one nostril, you breathe in 10 seconds, and then you plug the other nostril, and you breathe out 10 seconds. And then you breathe in 10 seconds, and then you breathe out. Think of it, the breathing, it goes like this. In, up, down, out, in, like this. So breathe in, breathe out this nostril, breathe in this nostril, breathe out this nostril, like a horseshoe, right? And do that for 15 minutes a day, and it will clear out some of your energies And it might put you in, it'll slow down your mind. That's the main part of pranayama, breathing meditations. It slows down your mind. And then you can kind of like step back a little bit and be like, wow, in the present moment a little bit. And there's other names for that breathing meditation. We could just call it pranayama, but there's a few different names for it. I'm not sure exactly what they are. So another thing with yoga is it means union with other beings and with the divine. So if you're stuck in the matrix, really deep in the matrix, you're going to feel cut off, like you're not in union with the divine. So through deep meditation, kriyas, pranayama, you can connect a little bit back to the divine and exit the matrix a little bit, right? The Buddha said one of the Four Noble Truths, his first sermon after he became enlightened, the Four Noble Truths. I don't know what they are, but one of them is life is suffering. So suffering is a part of life. It's always there. It's always there somewhere in life. If it's not in your life right now, it might be tomorrow or the next day. It's definitely in someone's life, you know. What is it? There's thousands and thousands, millions of people that are literally starving to death right now, dying right every like minute from starvation, like children. There is suffering. It's here, you know. So through yoga, you can minimize the suffering. And how do you do that? Through deep meditation. You're connecting. You're going to go through deep meditation. You might feel deep emotions or traumas and release them. That's good. Very essential. But through regular deep meditation, you can find a space deep inside your soul where you don't hurt anymore, where there's no pain deep in there. There's just joy, bliss, a little bit of joy, that good feeling, that joy, like connected buzz feeling. And reconnecting with that often, over and over and over again through regular meditation, it helps melt the suffering of the world. And of course, there's a difference between pain and suffering, too. Suffering is like your reaction to pain, right? So you can have pain without suffering. Or it's your mental reaction to pain. Or just mental issues or traumas or whatever. Life situations. But through connecting to that place where the feel good, the joy, that feel good vibe, connecting to that regularly, it lessens the suffering of yourself. And that's a good place to start, lessening the suffering of yourself. Yeah. So, The Matrix. Like and subscribe if you got anything out of this. And there may be more Matrix, the Matrix allegory, the cave allegory. There might be more videos coming down the Matrix pipeline. Have a nice day. Peace.